Chapter 28. And I answered and said, Mighty Eternal One, you who are holy by your power, show mercy, I pray. Since you have brought me up here to your high place, and you have showed your beloved the things about which I asked, please tell me now, will what I saw be their lot for long? And he showed me a multitude of his people, and said to me, because of them I will be provoked by them through the 4 high doorways you saw, and my retribution for their deeds will be accomplished. But in the 4th descent of 100 years, which is the same as 1 hour of the age, the same is 100 years, there will be evil among the heathen nations, the Gentiles, those who are not Hebrews, but also for 1 hour there will be mercy and honor among those nations. And I said, Eternal One, how long are the hours of the age? And he said, 12 hours have I ordained for this present ungodly age to rule among the heathen nations and within your progeny, and until the end of the times it will be even as you saw. And now reckon, calculate, and understand, and look again into the vision. And he said, I decreed to give 12 periods of the impious age among the heathens and among your progeny, and what you have seen will be until the end of time. And I looked and saw a man going out from the left side of the heathen nations, and there went men and women and children out from the side of heathen nations like many multitudes, and they worshipped him. And while I still looked, there came many from the right side, and some of these insulted him, and some of them even struck him, but others worshipped him. So it's referring to Jesus Christ the Messiah. The right side were the people of God, were the chosen one, the Hebrews, and the left side were all the Gentiles, and some of them believed in Jesus and some of them didn't, from both sides. But as I watched, I saw Azazel, the dragon, the serpent, come up to him, and he kissed him on the face and then turned and stood behind him. So I think it refers to Judah, the disciple who sold Jesus when he was captured, and maybe he was possessed by the devil, by Azazel. Then I said, Eternal Mighty One, who is this man who is insulted and beaten, who is worshipped by the nations and kissed by Azazel? And he answered and said, Hear me, Abraham. The man you saw insulted and beaten and yet worshipped by many, he is the freedom granted for the nations of people who will be born out of you in the last days, in the 12th hour of the age of ungodliness. But in the 12th hour of my last age of my fulfillment will I set up this man from your tribe, whom you saw issue from among my people, and all who follow will become like this man. And they will be called by me, and they will join the others, even those who desire to change within themselves. So people who believe in Jesus Christ and are saved by God. Regarding those who emerge from the left side of the vision, so the Gentiles, those who are not Hebrews, the meaning is this: there will be many from the heathen nations who will set their hopes on him, on Jesus, on the Messiah. But those whom you saw from your progeny on the right of the vision, who insulted him and struck him, many will be offended because of him, but some will worship him. And he will test those of your progeny who have worshipped him in the 12th hour at the end, in order to shorten the age of ungodliness. Before the age of the righteous begins to grow, my judgment will come upon the nations, upon the lawless people, through the people of your progeny who have been separated to me. And the last page. And in those days I will bring upon all creatures of the earth 10 plagues, through misfortune and disease, and the groans of their bitter grief. And this will be brought upon the generations of men because of the propagation and the corruption of mankind, because they provoke me. And then the righteous man of your progeny will survive in the number, which is kept secret by me, and will hasten the coming of the glory of my name to that place prepared before for those you saw destroyed in the vision, so the martyrs. And they will live and be established by the sacrifices of righteousness in the age of the godly, and they will rejoice in me continually, and receive those who return to me in repentance, because their inner torment will be great for those who have been wrongfully mocked in this world. And they will see the honor bestowed on those who are mine in the days of glory. Abraham, see what you have seen, and hear what you have heard, and take knowledge of all that you have come to know. Go to your inheritance, for behold, I am with you to the age, to the end of the world. Chapter 30. While he was still speaking to me, I found myself on the earth again, and I said, Eternal One, I am no longer in the glory of on high, Still, there is one matter which my soul longs to know and understand that was not revealed to me. And he said to me, I will explain to you the things you desired in your heart to know, which are the 10 plagues that I prepared against the heathen nations. Not the Hebrews, the outsider, everybody else, and which have been destined to begin at the passing of the 12th hour of the age of the earth. Hear therefore what I tell you, because it will come to pass. The first, so these are the 10 plagues. The first is the sorrow and pain of sickness, a lot of sickness. The second, the massive burning and destruction of many cities. The third, the destruction and pestilence of animals. The fourth, hunger of the whole world and its people. The fifth, among the rulers, destruction by means of earthquake and the sword. So natural and man-made disasters, wars. The sixth, the increase of hail and snow. The seventh, wild beasts will be their grave, animals will kill people. The eighth, hunger and pestilence will change their course of destruction. The ninth, punishment by the sword and flight and distress. The 10th, thunder and voices and destructive earthquake. Chapter 31. And then I will sound the trumpet in the air, and I will send my elect one, my chosen one, and he will have all measure of my power. He will summon my people from all nations, not just Hebrews. And I will send fire upon those who have insulted them and who have ruled over them in this age. And those who have chosen my desire and kept my commandments will rejoice with celebrations over the downfall of the men who continue to follow after the idols. And I will take those who have covered me with mockery and give them over to the scorn of the coming age. I have prepared them to be food for the fire of Hades, and be in perpetual flight through the air of the depths of Hades, the underworld, the place of the dead, and they will be the contents of a worm's belly. And it says here Azazel again in parentheses, I don't know. For they joined one to whom they had not been given to, so they married women like they were not supposed to, and they abandoned the Lord. Oh, they joined idols probably, and they abandoned the Lord who gave them strength. And chapter 32, hear me, this is the last one. Hear me, Abraham, because you will see that in the 7th generation from you will go out into a strange land, and the heathen will enslave and oppress them when they were slaves in Egypt. And they leave the land of their slavery after they have been mistreated for an hour of the age of ungodliness. And the heathen nations whom they will serve, I will judge. And the Lord said this too, have you heard, Abraham, what I told you, what your tribe will encounter in the last days? Abraham heard and accepted the words of God in his heart. And that's the end of the Apocalypse of Abraham.